So in the summer of 1969, I made my first short. Now, Gorg II is not a sequel. It's the name of the killer android in the story. The scene of the creation of the android has been lost. It was, as I remember, it was pretty cool. I had a plastic model kit of a human head that could be taken apart. Then I disassembled that and turned that into the android face and all this, and had close-ups of the guy putting the pieces together and all this. It's lost. It's gone. But at some point, the creator turns his back on the android. The android comes to life and uses his super science disintegrator fingers to destroy his master, at which point he somehow wanders out into a grassy field near where I lived, and you can see him here. This is my friend Chris. You can tell that he's not entirely into the acting gig here, and he's got some sort of feminine hygiene product attached to his ears with a headband. So the evil killer android is wandering the fields when he happens upon two soldiers from a nearby army base. The blonde one there is my little brother, and the other one is his friend, who is also the brother of my friend who's playing the android. Now, this fight scene was ruined, and the reason it was ruined was, if you'll remember, we have 3 lenses on the front, and you have to manually set which one you're going to use before you start shooting. But it's worse than that. You have to remember which lens you're using, because if you look here at the front of the viewer, you can see 2 receding squares. Well, those are lines that you see in the camera's eyepiece, and you have to remember which lens you're looking through and frame the action within the corresponding rectangle. And of course, being an 11-year-old making my first movie, I wasn't on top of that, and I shot the fight scene as if I was on the wide lens, when in fact I was on the closest lens, and so there's quite a bit of just empty space with little things poking in on the sides, little pieces of the characters poking in on the sides of the lens. So the android has triumphed over America's finest, but just as he's about to kill my brother, a tank arrives from the local army base via stop motion and shoots him, and he is destroyed. So that was the summer of '69. While I was doing that, Woodstock happened, and the landing on the moon, and the Manson murders were happening, 30 miles from where I lived. But I barely was aware of any of that, except for the moon landing. I was just focused on all this filmmaking.